So guys, Datti granted a fresh interview on our Rise channel today, and during that interview, he told the ADC that they should go listen to Peter Obi's speech the day Peter Obi joined the ADC, that Peter Obi did not officially say he is defecting to the ADC. Peter Obi said he is joining the coalition. He has also warned people like Atiku that Atiku started contesting for the presidency while he was serving as a youth corps member. So guys, it's been long. And he said that Atiku should give space for younger generation. So guys, you need to watch this interview for yourself and listen. This is coming after Dele Momodu was also seen in a video daring obedience for saying it is Peter Obi or nothing. He said for people to come and say Peter Obi must have the ticket of the party, while there are people like Atiku and Amechi, that it makes no sense for obedience to insist that it must be Peter Obi. That was what Dele Momodu said during his own interview. But guess what? Datti Babamet is sending a message to them that Atiku has done in this ways while he was still serving as a youth corps member, that Atiku need to give way for younger people to take that position. So guys,
when I was doing my NYSC, Baba Atiku was an aspirant, and in 2018 we contested primaries together. In 2023 we contested again, I as a vice president elsewhere, when his vice president had left him. And for God's sake, in 2027 again. There is need for a new generation of Nigerian leaders, and they do exist. Like I said, a whole new generation are waiting for a new leader to lead them to a new party. There are good Nigerians. There are people capable of solving Nigerian problems. But they are discouraged by the expensive, difficult, treacherous system full of godfathers and bad promises to make. But there are good Nigerians who are looking for that leader to lead them to fix Nigeria's problems.
Obi is a fantastic guy, phenomenal. But to now say he's the best of all of them, where you have the Atikus, where you have the Amechis, I think it's an insult on the rest of them. And so I needed to send this a note of caution that please don't let us go this route. It's not going to augur well for our party. Right now, the APC, that's what we're waiting for, that there will be this Fuji out of commotion. And if we don't stop it now, that is what they are going to use against the fresh coalition. They are praying and fasting that we will be in disarray, we will be in total commotion, and we will never be able to agree on the ideals that brought about this coalition. But I am assuring you that thank God for the elders, because in the days of tribulation,
to do something and shine, 400 days in office, you tied roads and all that. Don't insult us. That's not development, that's infrastructure. The quality of the human person is what defines the state. So it's not impossible. This can be done. I'll cite two examples. One was when Peter was governor, there was this, if we were 1 a.m., he said, okay, come and see. See how much I've saved today. Because when he gets a file, he will check the unit cost, take the total. Take the unit cost. If it's too high, he will call people in the market. So they realize that they will give him the correct unit cost, knowing he verifies, and then give a wrong total. He will also check that. After calculating, maybe you put about 14.7 million, he finds out it's 9.3. He will write 9.3, approved. Say, look, why don't you disincentivize this thing? Some of them can be arrested. He said, no. See, if you want to sleep and there are too many rats in your house, you know it's the fish they want. Don't use a wooden basket, use the metal. Once you're sure they won't take your fish, sleep. So a leader must have the capacity to take.
But guys, we cannot start this video without you seeing this. Now take a look at what this person wrote after INEC came out officially to say Abure is no longer the Labour Party chairman. This person replied INEC, and he said INEC is not incompetent. INEC is a criminal organization. Supreme Court sacked Abure since April 2015. INEC kept recognizing him and invited him for a meeting as Labour Party chairman in October 2025. As of January 8, 2026, Abure is still listed on INEC's website as Labour Party chairman. Why? Because Peter Obi was still in Labour Party. The very moment Obi moved to ADC, INEC suddenly remembered the Supreme Court judgment. Magic. So guys, the battle against Obi is really fierce in Nigeria. They are using everything they can use to stop Peter Obi. They know the tsunami that caught them up in the last election. Now, this person wrote further and said, if this is how INEC behaves in peacetime, imagine election seasons. Whatever the opposition is planning for 2027, one thing is clear: this INEC cannot deliver a free and fair election. At this rate, the rigging of 2027 will make the 2023 rigged election look like a free and fair election. Now, the person now attached these images, like you can see. This one says Supreme Court sacks Abure as Labour Party chairman. That was in 2025, April 4th. And this one here, you see, Labour Party crisis deepens as CTC shows Supreme Court invalidated Abure's chairmanship. So guys, but you see, when you go to INEC website, Labour Party logo, you see Julius Abure as national chairman. So they used it to trick Peter Obi, and you see this is Abure attending a meeting of INEC, and he was signing there, while INEC knew that the Supreme Court has sacked Abure. So guys, APC is not complicit in it's not innocent of what is happening in the Labour Party. I mean, and now that Peter Obi has moved to the ADC, you see Atiku is insisting that he must be on the ballot. They are trying to frustrate Peter Obi. Anyway, guys, Datti Baba Ahmed has got a message for them. Take your time, watch this video, and let me know your honest reaction in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification for more updates. Now take a look.
Yes, I began reconciliation efforts. While some heeded my calls, others took offense and proceeded to defect from the party. Reconciliation efforts will always continue. There is not a single union of more than two people where you will have perfect harmony. APC has its problems like any other political association in Nigeria, not just the political parties. All social unions and associations, all of them, even those that are not registered with INEC, student union bodies, labor organizations, labor unions within companies, all have their internal problems. Large family groups even argue on their group chats. There is nothing strange in a huge organization like Labour having its own problems in an era where it is clearly visible that the domineering party is making a lot of efforts to destabilize other parties. As you very well know, we challenged the 2023 presidential elections because we won it. So the first party to attack was the Labour Party. And they've been good at doing that. They will continue to sustain it. And so shall I, keep up reconciliation efforts. Then finally, on this your point, it will be good if everyone listens to His Excellency Peter Obi's comments at Enugu. He mentioned joining the coalition. I don't believe I or others heard him say defecting to ADC. I did not hear that. Maybe I missed it. But please find out if he said joining the coalition or joining ADC. Then it's good if you find out from Labour Party leadership if His Excellency Peter Obi has submitted a resignation letter and returned his card as required by law to do. Thank you.
It would be rather untidy to begin, a back and forth on your exact statement at that meeting, but help us understand this bit. Why did you choose events leading to or after Mr. Peter Obi's joining the coalition now, because that's what you're saying, you're trying to tell us, to now declare or reiterate your membership of the Labour Party? Because some would interpret it either way, as cashing in an opportunity that has presented itself as a vacancy. So why did you choose, that time after Mr. Peter Obi's seeming exit from the Labour Party?
The time before that, we had a leader in the person of Peter Obi. The time just before that we had. The time after that we didn't have him, and there was a vacancy for someone to lead and make such statements. I clearly stated that a party that presented evidence of winning over 10 million votes in Federal Republic of Nigeria, that party deserves respect and loyalty. Party that united genuine democratic citizens and the youth, the party deserves not to be walked away from. If this party has problems, as a leader, stay and solve it. You were meant to solve bigger national problems. So please solve those of our political party. Before he left, I had not the space. It was not my place to do that. When he left and I did not leave, that was the right time to say that I still remain in this great party that presented 10 million votes. Labour Party was one that brought me from where I am to support a southeastern candidate so that we could produce what Nigerians have been yearning for long, to answer that question. Labour Party did it in 2023. And I remain dissatisfied. I remain unconvinced by the very feeble and weak arguments presented in ADC. That is why I chose that time. And I repeat, I simply declared my loyalty and the fact that I remain in Labour Party and did not declare for presidency, even though it is not wrong to do that.
So let me ask you a straight question. Are you interested in running for president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
Categorically, yes. 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 Remember 2018, I was a participant in the PDP presidential primaries in Port Harcourt. This is no secret whatsoever, but I'm a respecter of rules and I'm law-abiding. I'm waiting for INEC to release its timetable. I'm waiting for Labour Party to make the call, and then I'll make my move. Even before His Excellency Peter Obi aspired to presidency, I had aspired to presidency in 2018.
So I will take it that...
Atiku won.
Okay, I'll take it that we'll maybe see you on the ballot. Just a moment, sir. I want to take this response to mean that all things being equal, we may be seeing you on the ballot for the presidential ticket. So does this mean that you're sticking your guns with the Labour Party no matter how things sway in the nearest future? We just have we should be expecting that timetable in the next 2 to 3 months, depending on what the electoral amendment happens, because there's a look at whether there could be post-election litigation that will be exhausted before inauguration, which will be a good thing for our democracy, but that has not been sorted out yet. So does this mean that Labour Party is your party of choice as we speak now? You're not considering going anywhere? If Peter Obi chooses to put his stand to the ADC, you're sticking around?
Categorically, yes. But then let you and I and everyone not underestimate the powers of the domineering party. They are all out to destroy other political parties. May God Almighty not allow them to do this. Assuming that Labour Party remains and survives their onslaught, I will remain in Labour Party. That's a categorical yes, and that's why it's instructive. You kindly refer to all my submissions. They were all bullet points that I submitted, 15 of them at that event. So yes, a categorical yes. I will remain with Labour Party, God willing. Assuming they don't kill Labour Party.
Okay, that's good to know. We just need to put the facts right there on the table. But let me get your view so that we quote you right. There are so many things that have been written that were reported that you said about the ADC, for instance, where Mr. Peter Obi has moved to, because I don't see, in my view, whether he categorically says he's joining the coalition or he's joining the ADC as a political party. A lot of people have seen it that the man has moved, he has moved. But you can come and explain to us even much later. Tell us your view about the ADC and why you're choosing not to follow your principal, Peter Obi, in the last election to join that coalition.
Number one, I am my own person. I joined Peter Obi in 2023, like I said, to answer a burning question. I felt for the South. I felt genuinely for the other divide. I felt for where Peter Obi came from. I felt for what he stood for. And as a brother Nigerian, let me put it that way, let me suppress all other considerations and help you, help your people, help us all together to see that we answer that question affirmatively, and we did. Then it was denied. So I am my own person. I had won elections. I have been doing my things before I met Peter Obi to join him to answer that burning national unity question. Two, like I have been saying, the same people who built the APC that is misruling Nigeria today are disgruntled about not having won seats in APC or receiving political appointments. Some of them went all the way to Senate screening and are taking it back now to use the Nigerian people to fight the APC. I am not that gullible. I am able to ask questions right from the beginning of their respective political careers to where they are today, and I answer those questions negatively. I have also highlighted the many structural defects of PDP, that they are deluding themselves to think that Nigerians will agree to be deceived twice. After bringing in APC, they go and remove the P and bring a D and think that Nigerians will just fall for it. For the same people, I have told you that they don't have a Buhari in ADC where runners-up will team up to support him. They don't have a Tinubu, a resourced, focused, and determined master politician. I'm not praising him, who has his own hidden agenda. They don't have it in ADC. The era of 2015, leading up to 2011, was that there was a subsisting promise after electing then President Jonathan. That does not exist now. There isn't a promise issue. So everything about the coalition that happened before is not there now. The same people who brought in APC that Nigeria is so sorry about are now asking Nigerians to please come and vote ADC. When I was doing my NYSC, Baba Atiku was an aspirant, and in 2018 we contested primaries together. In 2023 we contested again, I as a vice president elsewhere, when his vice president had left him. And for God's sake, in 2027 again. There is need for a new generation of Nigerian leaders, and they do exist. Like I said, a whole new generation are waiting for a new leader to lead them to a new party. There are good Nigerians. There are people capable of solving Nigerian problems. But they are discouraged by the expensive, difficult, treacherous system full of godfathers and bad promises to make. But there are good Nigerians who are looking for that leader to lead them to fix Nigeria's problems.
Right.
Thank you.
So
Mr. Dele Momodu spoke about your comments, some of the comments you made, and your stance. And, well, for him, he believes that you probably didn't move because there was no place for you in the coalition. He implied as much. He also said you didn't see the larger picture, likened you to a jilted lover. I wonder how you feel, because it looks like Mr. Peter Obi has gone back to his first love in that sense, Mr. Atiku Abubakar, because they ran together in previous elections. So do you feel like you were used and dumped, the kind of person that they call, young people call the fallback guy? How do you feel, really?
I feel good. I feel happy. I feel fulfilled, because I stood by people who, I stood by someone who many avoided against all odds. And we won the presidency, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Then IREB was switched off, the constitution was violated to have another person declared. I am fulfilled. I am proud of what we achieved together. I was never jilted. Remember, Peter Obi has not clinched the ticket of ADC. Remember, where you think he has gone back to his former love, they are waiting for him there to go and contest and get a ticket. I also ask you to remember who went all the way to Enugu to pick him. I will not call names, and I will not answer what my Oga Dele Momodu is saying. I like his style of thinking. He's free to think that way. But look, I am steady. I am waxing stronger, especially because of the successes that we both achieved in 2023. I also said, if Peter Obi does not get the ticket there in ADC, he is more than welcome back to Labour Party. I will stand there and nobody will do anything bad to Peter Obi. It is better for him. It is better for him to come back than to go and do another kind of agenda. It remains to be answered. How are ADC looking at Peter Obi? He was a vice candidate to Atiku, abruptly left Atiku, went into another party, as ADC said, shared the votes and made way for APC to win. After doing that, to the then PDP, where Atiku was, Atiku now moves out of PDP to ADC, establishes it. Peter Obi will come and say, sorry, it's still the turn of the South. Which again, like I've given you the arithmetic, the South started giving for 4 years, 07 to 11. And then Atiku will just say, okay, Peter Obi, please come and take. Atiku has said he will not step down. So I know we're here to discuss politics. But please, besides these ones, this style of discussing politics makes you join issues with individuals and groups that you really don't want to. There are times I want to discuss democracy and its principles. I want to discuss Nigerian style of democracy. I want to discuss the Fourth Republic. I want to discuss the average Nigerian citizen. I want to discuss so many other things besides Dele Momodu said, Peter Obi thinks Atiku will do.
Well, this is to get your direct response to the comments that he made.
Yes.
And that's only fair to get the balance. But people have said Obi has the obedience, who have probably moved with him to the ADC. Even the president has a group they call the Baptists, who are diehard supporters. Mr. Atiku Abubakar has his as well. So now that you have indicated your interest to run for president when the whistle is blown, that is, who does Mr. Datti Baba Ahmed have? What kind of following do you have? People who support your ideals, your ethos in that sense. Do you have those people or those supporters?
I do have them, and they are called Nigerians. Simple, they are called Nigerians. Genuine democratic citizens. Their exact name will come to be known when the time comes. But I am not the one who will divide Nigeria geopolitically or ethno-religiously or purely religiously. I'm not the one, or even by sects like we've seen so many doing in the past. Nigerians will be our target. You, me, everybody is welcome. Even if you do not support us, we will work for you. What I'm saying, the farmer in Borno across to the rich plains in Niger State and Benue State all the way to Lagos, the tradesmen from Port Harcourt and Calabar all the way to Kebbi and Sokoto, they form one geopolitical zone. Farmers are a geopolitical group. Traders are a geopolitical group. Mechanics are a geopolitical group. Teachers, my teachers that I love, are an entire political force to reckon with. Journalists, broadcasters, victims of insecurity, all of us that suffer from the depreciated naira, they are our target. I hope that answers your question.
Fair points, Mr. Datti Ahmed. Bukola, over to you.
Yeah, just some clarifications on what you may have said at that event where you reiterated your membership of the Labour Party. Did you describe the exit of Mr. Peter Obi and the others who left as mere political travelers? Or were you misquoted again?
Bukola,
I'm seeking clarification.
We have I will answer your question. Just minutes back, I told you the kind of important things we have ahead of us to discuss. And not semantics, not words and descriptions. That was the mildest description I could use to say a gentleman who moved from APGA to PDP to Labour Party has now moved to ADC. What you should be fair to me to say is that I said defection is not a crime. I respect Peter Obi for exercising his democratic rights. I even said that my own political history is not devoid of that. But I have consistently belonged in what I describe the leading opposition political party in Nigeria. There are too many important things for us to discuss on prime time in such an important channel than did you call somebody a traveler?
But it's also important.
That
Mr.
was
Ahmed,
the same occasion.
Because we want to know, you and Mr. Peter Obi would have embarked on a 4-year journey had you become president and vice president. And that suggests a very close relationship. So would like to know the nature of your relationship or the state of your relationship with Mr. Peter Obi currently, especially following your decision to reconcile the party last year and now reiterating your membership of the party right after his own exit. So we want to know just how things are between you two. And that's why I asked the question to confirm whether indeed you said that at that event.
All right, Buki. The relationship between me and Excellency Peter Obi is solid and is good. In fact, if it were to make you happy, I could seek an appointment and go to visit him in Lagos. But you know how mobile Peter Obi is. We will run into each other very, very soon. And maybe you're not listening well. I did tell you that if he doesn't get the ticket, he's welcome back to Labour Party. Remember how important the job you do is. You are forming opinion of the general public. You have asked me so many hard questions about that event I held. You have conspicuously left out something that is so fundamental in our lives as citizens. The complaints over the decades, every Nigerian talks about hunger, lack of money, poor earnings. In that same event that you've asked me at least 6 questions from, it seems it has not been striking any chord
All right,
with the general public.
Mr. Ahmed.
No. Let me tell you. Don't stop me. Let me just say this.
Yes.
We promised. I told you that it was possible to quadruple the earnings of public servants, federal public servants. I told you that, but it's not important to you. The relationship, whether I'm still with Peter Obi or not, or I said they are travelers or not.
Mr.
What is wrong with us, for God's sake?
My apologies. We're totally.
And now you want to end the program.
Just a moment, sir. My apologies for cutting in. We're going to invite you subsequently. Today we're talking politics. When we want to talk alternative policy ideas, then we'll mainstream what you're talking about. So it's not as if we don't. So the stage is just getting started. Nobody has gotten any ticket. Even the president has just gotten an endorsement. When it's time, we'll match policy for policy, alternative for alternative. So we're talking based on what can be done, based on what is available and what capacity the individual has. But now we're talking politics. I hope you understand, sir.
I understand you now. All right.
Fantastic. But
that one also too is politics. All right. That one too is politics.
Thank you so much for coming on the program, Datti Baba Ahmed.
My pleasure.
Vice presidential candidate in the last election under Labour Party. Still a member of the Labour Party. And is interested.
And now presidential
aspirant. Now presidential aspirant. I must add that line as well. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Absolutely.
In Ghana, where today President John Dramani have been practical. It's not about whether he's my candidate, he's my friend, he's my tribesman or not. Who is able to deliver Nigeria from one-party dictatorship that may actually blossom into a one-man dictatorship if APC continues to be in power beyond 2027. So that is the fear of a lot of us. And I noticed that instead of concentrating on fighting a common enemy, getting themselves into fisticuffs, our potential candidates, because any of the people in ADC today could be a candidate tomorrow. So if you've already destroyed your own candidate in advance and possibly in arrears, then how is it going to be possible for you to dislodge a candidate, a sitting president, as voluminous, let me use that word, as Tinubu is? Anybody knows that Tinubu has no other business than politics, and is a game player. So if you want to play Brazil in soccer, you have to fully prepare and make sure that you play a game that it may not easily win. So Tinubu right now, you must not take any chances at all. It's not about sentiment. I know that some of they are raring to go, and as far as they are concerned, their loyalty is to their candidate, and it should be to the party. So that is the reason why I issued that.
So in other words, put it plainly,
I have met a couple of times with some of.
Okay, if I could just ask you, in other words, to put it plainly, this will be that you're referring to probably after the statements.
Yeah, go on.
The statement that came through for Peter Obi's supporters, is that part of what you're referring to? That they say if he doesn't get the presidential tickets, they will back away from him.
Without any doubt.
Professor Patito.
You know, I should straight without any doubt. Yeah, yes, Professor Patito told me. He even called me yesterday. We spoke. We were friends. We were brothers, and he understood where I was coming from, and I also understand where he's coming from. But the truth of the matter is that the allegiance of every member of ADC today should be to the party. When we get to the bridge, we will cross it. Anybody who is a Democrat, because if you ask me, my problem with Tinubu is not even about the economy, it's not about the insecurity, it's about our democracy. I'm worried that one man will turn Nigeria to Lagos. That's my only worry. So for us to now begin to behave in like manner, because it will be tantamount to dictatorship for any of us, whether Atiku, whether Obi, whether Amechi, or whosoever we join tomorrow, for us to insist it must be me. Say, I will compete, I will contest, I will subject myself to the
Oh dear.
I will support.
Well, Chief, it does appear that
that should be the direction to go right now.
your audio is coming in and going out, but I just want to quickly ask you, isn't the statement a little premature? Because you're yet to actually get to, I mean, your party hasn't even brought out a timetable for primaries. Some people would say maybe this should come maybe a few days to the primaries, etc. But it does appear that it's coming way ahead, accusing certain factions of being aggressive and rambunctious. Do you want to speak specifically to what sides you are referring to on the one hand? And on the other hand, doesn't this also speak to the warnings that a number of people already gave about the ADC, that their major problem was going to be deciding who a presidential candidate was going to be, given all the people, some of the very prominent people who had joined the party?
It is not a major problem, it's a minor problem. Once you join a party, you have no choice but to abide by the rules of the game. So I don't see it as a problem. It's always the initial teething problem of, oh, I should be the one. Everybody will fight for himself. I fought in PDP in 2022. I got 0. Those who had billions to spend still lost, so we were all losers. And we moved on, except one man who has refused to move on till now. That's in some wiki. Everybody moved on. So once you join a party, you cannot dictate to the party because there are options. If the party...
So guys, let me quickly share with you some of the latest happening on the social media. There is this video of Mr. Ezekiel Dachumo. You know what people are really going through in the plateau. You need to see the level of havoc caused by these Fulanis is beyond imagination. You know, sometimes this man comes out to shout. Some people even think he's trying to manipulate. But there is this horrible video. Even though, oh my God, even those that their hands were amputated. When I say amputated, okay, let me still use amputated. By the terror guys. People are perishing in pains. Their only crime is that they allow the Fulanis to come into their communities. I cannot understand what is happening in Nigeria. And still we have a government that doesn't even care. I mean, this is so pathetic, this is so heart-touching, this is so worrisome. This is something... I don't know how to explain this. Okay, he wrote and said, they inflict unimaginable pain on the most vulnerable. They burn homes, shatter families, and leave behind rivers of tears. They create countless widows who cry themselves to sleep and orphans who wake up every day asking where their parents have gone. Yet still they dare to call this wicked act worship. How can cruelty be lifted to God as sacrifice? How can bloodshed be mistaken for faith? The Bible reminds us clearly that God is not pleased with the violence done in his name. Hey, God. For the Lord loves justice and does not forsake his saints. God hears the cries of the brokenhearted. He sees every day, every tears of the widows. God hears the cry of the brokenhearted. He sees every tear of the widow and every silent prayer of the orphan. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. and saves those who are crushed in spirit. To harm the innocent is to stand against God himself. Scripture says, woe to those who call evil good and good evil. No act of hatred, no shedding of innocent blood can ever be called worship before a holy God. Yet, even in pain, we hold on to hope. The God of justice will arise. He will defend the afflicted among the people and save the children of the needy. He will crush the oppressed. May God comfort the widows, protect the orphans, heal the wounded, and let his justice speak where human voices have been silenced. Amen. Oh, God. So, Evangelist Datti actually tweeted this, and many Nigerians have reposted it because, oh my God, people are going through hell in the middle belt. Now, this person, they corrupt Tinubu's government. Is not in Nigeria. The corrupt bastard Tinubu is not in Nigeria. Muslim terrorists continue killing Christians in Plateau. Caleb Mutua is a very terrible person. This is heartbreaking. Oh, this is really heartbreaking. God, what is this? It's a civil war already, but the Christian South don't know yet. This person here said, thank you, Reverend Ezekiel, for sharing this heartbreaking reality and standing boldly with the wounded survivors in Jos. Your visit brings much needed comfort and reminds us all of God's heart for the brokenhearted. May the Lord heal every injured body and soul. Grant justice. Oh my God, it's really, really so heart-touching. May the Lord heal every injured body and soul, grant justice to the victims, and strengthen the church in Plateau State to shine as light amidst darkness. Let us continue to pray fervently, support one another practically, and trust in his perfect justice. As Psalm 37 declares, God bless you for your courageous ministry. Save Nigerian Christians. End the genocide against Christians in Nigeria. Thank you, Ezekiel Datti, for remaining a true voice in this battle against evil. Okay. The same Bible you quote commands the killing and raping of children. The Bible commands that you kill and rape children. Ew, Papa. Ew, Jesus. Nigeria will be divided into two. Christians, one country. Muslim, one country. If the Muslim won, let them kill themselves and do their Sharia. The discussion is ongoing. Reverend, this issue of Christian genocide in Nigeria is no more a joke. Gumi is crying that US want to kill him. Only ending Nigeria will stop all this agony Christians are facing every day. Portus, how long will you allow the genocide against Christians in Nigeria to continue? Reverend Raimo, Trump, that's with Donald Trump and Portus, Nigerians are being killed. The truth is that Allah is not God, but a demon spirit of Satan. You know, and Muhammad is not a prophet, but a pedophile terrorist who forced himself and his lies on the vulnerable and gullible. No sane person will follow a religion whose leader married a 6-year-old. I mean, I don't think. My God. Evil being perpetrated by Fulani terrorists on Christians in the middle belt of Nigeria. Oh, Baba. The terrorists keep attacking. They are not stopping anytime soon. The government of the day is complicit. And so, guys, this person say God of justice has arisen, as declared by Nnamdi Kanu. Trump is the trumpet of God blowing across the globe. And this other person said that will soon be in the past, God willing. Come, Trump, come. You are the only hope of decimated Nigeria. APC is a demonic government. So, guys, when I look at all what has happened, to the Plateau people. I'm just wondering how Plateau was able to be quiet in the midst of their governor moving to the APC, guys. You know, it's really, really unbelievable. Anyway, let's move to politics. Any Peter Obi supporters with 0 to 10 followers, whether verified or not verified, say hi. We will follow you. So, guys, of friendship, respect, brotherhood, and mission. This was the POV of Peter Obi at the celebration of Tambuwa's 60th birthday. So Tambuwa marked his 60th birthday, and Peter Obi was in attendance. You know, that's the ADC people. Peter Obi was there, and that has also caught many people talking about Peter Obi's presence. Atiku was first to post a picture of Peter Obi like bowing to greet him, but Peter Obi almost bowed to greet everybody there. Anyway, let's move to another headline. This one says the Adara Expression Group of Southern Kaduna people sent a notice to the Kajuru local government of Kaduna State, which read, notice to Kajuru local government. We, the people of Kajuru, are writing to inform you that we will not participate in the election, in any election in Kajuru, if our brother is not released immediately. This is not even the only guy in prison. We are committed to peaceful protest and will take all necessary steps to ensure our voices are heard. If a demand is not met, if our demand is not met, protests will begin soon. We urge the authorities to take immediate action. So these people are saying this guy who has been sentenced to death by hanging for self-defense, these people are saying if they don't release him, they will not allow any election to take place in their area. I think that's also a welcome development. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below about what's happening in Nigeria. There's a whole lot, you know. There's never a time you come on this page and you don't have any need to talk about insecurity, and the government is doing almost nothing to address all this. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.